Welcome back, YouTube, to the NFL football season preview. We're going to round out the NFC North in this video by talking about the last place team from a season ago, which was the Chicago Bears. So, Chicago, once again, has a lot of anticipation and good vibes, I should say, coming from them, but would finally translate to being a relevant team, not only in their division, but in the conference, and making a run at an NFC title and perhaps a Super Bowl. Let's go ahead and talk about the Chicago Bears. So Ben Johnson has just been hired to be their head coach. He was formerly the offensive coordinator of the Detroit Lions, who held, I mean, you saw Detroit's offense a year ago. It was priceless entertainment. He led the league in points per game. I think at around 33.3 points a game, and he's looking to translate that to Chicago. Headlined by quarterback Caleb Williams, and starting his second season. Um, it wasn't a great season a year ago because it was marred by a losing streak that was just god awful, losing to anyone that they play, they just lost them. It just wasn't pretty to end the season. They have DeAndre Swift there at the running back position. Cole Kmet, their old and reliable tight end. They did get Tooney, the star offensive tackle from the Kansas City Chiefs. He came over, and then the wide receiver core will be DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, the second-year receiver out of Washington, and then Alameda Zaccheaus, formerly of the Atlanta Falcons. On the defensive side of the ball will be Montez Sweat once again. It will be Tremaine Edmonds and TJ Edwards there at the linebacker positions, and then you've got Kevin Byard there at the free safety position. Overall record 433, 559, and 8. That's a 43.7% win percentage. And they have a losing record, a god awful, miserable losing record against all three teams in the division. With their best one, though, being against the Green Bay Packers, where they have 57 wins, 61 losses, and one tie. But hopefully they're looking to right that ship and start winning more of these divisional matchups in the near future, especially starting this year. All right, so let's take a look at that schedule. So, first year head coaches usually have a horrible, god awful season. This was proven last year with Tennessee and Brian Callahan. They went 3-14. Not a good year. And that was granted. Tennessee is in the AFC South, arguably the weakest division in the NFL. We look at the NFC North now as them being one of, at least in the top two, or probably at least the top five most toughest divisions in football. And you can make an argument it's the best. I just don't see this panning out at all whatsoever. 8.5 wins is over under. I will never, never go over 8.5 for Chicago. I hope to get to 4. That's if they're lucky. So they have a lot of primetime games. They have, of course, the first game is hosting the Minnesota Vikings, a divisional rival renewed on ESPN Monday Night Football. That's week 1. Then they get a 4:25 game on Fox against Dallas. Then there would be the alternate 4 o'clock game on CBS against the Las Vegas Raiders. But then they have Monday Night Football again at the Washington Commanders, a rematch of the Hail Mary game. And then they have Thursday. They call it Thursday Night Football. But this is really Black Friday football against the Philadelphia Eagles. Friday, 3 o'clock, exclusively on Amazon Prime. They're looking at Green Bay in Week 16 being a Saturday game, and then they're at San Francisco in Week 17, tentatively for Sunday Night Football. The rest of them are 1 o'clock games. As you can see, I do not have them winning a game until Week 7. I just don't think they are capable of winning early. I just don't. I think they're going to be competitive. Don't get me wrong, they'll be competitive, but I just see this being another bad, ugly year for Chicago. I think a new offensive coordinator, a new regime, new system, bad expectations. I think Caleb Williams is going to make himself look like an idiot the entire time because I think he's just a Showtime quarterback and not an actual quarterback. But I have them winning the first game against the New Orleans Saints, and then they'll win 2 straight against the New York Giants and at Minnesota in weeks 10 and 11, and then I have them winning in week 18 against Detroit when they rest all their starters. But just another bad year for Chicago. I wish things were better for them, but I just don't see this being a good year once again for the Chicago Bears, finishing 4-13, dead last in the NFC North once again. All right, so this wraps up the NFC North. In the next part of the series here. We're going to move on to the division home of the Super Bowl champion, the NFC East, which will headline the Washington Commanders, the Philadelphia Eagles, Dallas Cowboys, and the New York Giants. So until then, this is your man Dylan signing off about the Chicago Bears and the NFC North, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.